We're out here, it's February 10th, to follow up on our larger video of February Mysterious to 10th. This is part of a three-part event, a navigational rally, then the club sprints, where we saw a little bit of video, but my camera died yesterday. And now we're at the Mt Cotton variation, or the third part of it, which is a hill climb that they run. It's not far outside of Brisbane. Actually, it's kind of inside of Brisbane. It's at I think it's a national park. And yeah, we're about to dive in here. Yeah, it's like a mixture of a couple different chassis of different Formula 1 cars, as well as a couple the motor from another one. It's a couple different cars sort of mushed together. But it shows you how serious they are about racing here. And just this, we haven't even left Brisbane yet.
This is a car under development.
BMW E30 is one of the ones in the paddock. We're going to show you sort of how the track layout is. What he's going to do is he's going to exit the start line here, and he's going to take an immediate right. So here he goes. Yeah. It's a right corner. Oh, missed a gear. And he climbs up the hill here. He comes around the backside. It's almost in a big heart shape, the whole entire run. He comes down here. Now the uphill is a torque test. The downhill is your braking test. And there's a bunch of pea stone or I don't even know if it's a forest refuse that's on the end there, just to kind of slow you down. More torque test back on the way up, and now you can kind of check out your G-force ability. And here comes your brakes again. Hopefully they're not melted at this point. Now he climbs back up the hill for a third time, and when he climbs back up the hill, he exits just at the end here, and that's his run. Pretty rad. I really want to get out and come out and do this. I don't know why I haven't already. It's only been 4 days or 5 days. I don't know how long I've been here, but it's soon. So we were talking about Mark 1 Ford Escorts. There was my camera died obviously yesterday's event, part 2 of this 3-part event. But Mark 1 Escorts are pretty common down here, and they're pretty popular. They're obviously popular in the UK. One of the examples, very clean example, it looks like it has mini light style wheels on it, and it's very appropriate that it's come out for the hill climb. So pretty dope. I don't know if Australia has hipsters, but back home we do. And what they do is a pub crawl. Well, as an automotive hipster, I mean, I'm wearing a Hasselgren shirt for God's sakes. If you don't know what Hasselgren is, like, what's wrong with you? But we're gonna do a pit crawl instead of a pub crawl. So let's crawl along the pits here. Just even before we get even started, we've got an Alfa Romeo. It's a GT 1600 Junior, so it's pretty cool. Like this stuff just comes out on the weekend. The actual watching some of the hill climb, it was a Formula 1 sort of mashup of parts, and there it is, just chilling in the pits, doing nothing. We got a group of Super 7 Lotus guys. They've got a vintage MG sort of mixed in there as well. Lots of interest in actual like fast cars and good handling cars, not just looking fast, but actually going fast. Speaking of that, like a car that was designed or like came out with the idea of going fast was the Lotus Elise, a lightweight, sort of easy to drive runabout chassis, and fairly affordable. I think there were Toyota 1ZZs in those. So a European hill climb staple, and a staple of obviously hill climb here, as well as the BMW E30, and we've got 3 of them just hanging out. Some pretty serious examples. The Super 7s seem to be a very popular car. Low roll center, fairly easy to build, and you can get a lot of fun and performance at a lower horsepower, and a lot of G's in a turn. So we've got even more of them out here. You also have, and this is kind of an oddball. I don't know if it originally started as a TR7, but it's now a TR8. If you don't know, it's a Triumph, and it'll have a V8 in it. Most of them started out with Rover 3.5 liters, but you know, I'm not actually sure what's in here. It might be a Chevrolet 350 at this point. Some of the vehicles from yesterday that I'm seeing and recognizing, we've got a couple of the MGs, the MGBs, which are common. We have a couple of MGB GTs, some of them V8 powered as well. The Lancers are big here in Australia, like really, really large. You walk by most of the performance shops, you'll find that they're covered in Lancers. I don't know if that's a good thing. It might be that Mitsubishis are terribly unreliable, but either way, they're popular here. The Beetle's pretty cool. I don't even know what's going on there. It's got a little bit of suggestion of some pretty aggressive underpinnings because it's got some Porsche wheels on there. So the hubs have changed at minimum. And these are some pretty serious time attack Subarus as well. One of the cars I like, and I'm a horrible, I have to be honest, I really like terrible, shitty family cars. And the Daihatsu Charade is one that we never got in North America. This one specifically is kind of a clean, tidy example. I'd prefer a little bit more moss and mold and rust falling off of it, and maybe the bumpers like jabbing up through the floor, somehow folding up underneath. But one of the things I wanted to point out, and we were talking about license plates the other night, is the expensiveness of the license plate. And this, I kind of think that the plate may be worth more than the car. It's just the 240Zs. Now this one is actually a BRE sort of inspired 240Z. And don't get it confused here, because there's two Peter Brocks. There's the Australian Peter Brock, who's a famous racing driver, and there was the American Peter Brock, who I don't know a lot about, but I think he was a racing driver as well, but was the fellow who sort of ran the BRE team. And they're two different guys, but it was a very successful team. If you follow any of the old Can-Am racing and stuff from the 70s when the Datsun started to dominate early on. So yeah, it's pretty cool. There's even more of them out here, and they've been doing pretty good on the hill so far.